Hello, I'm Saint Lucia and welcome to the HTS Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. Saint Lucia's Citizenship by Investment (CBI) program, a vital economic pillar, has provided crucial revenue for national development and infrastructure projects. Proponents consistently highlight its role in attracting foreign investment and fostering job creation, underscoring its significant contributions to the island's economic stability. However, former Prime Minister Alan Chasney is seeking an injunction in the High Court and has leveled a number of allegations against the CBI program under the current administration. Nevertheless, the government, which is collaborating with other OECS countries on CBI reforms, has vowed to mount a strong defense of the crucial program. The court's decision on this injunction could profoundly influence the CBI's operational framework and its capacity to contribute to the national economy. So we ask, are you concerned about the potential ramifications of the opposition's leaders' efforts to secure an injunction in the courts against St. Lucia's CIP? We took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
I would not say that I'm worried, but I believe as a Saint Lucian, we should all show concern when decisions may or may not affect our country as a whole. I believe that there is a process for due diligence, and I would hope that whoever is responsible for making those decisions would practice and follow due diligence, thereby making better decisions for our country.
Definitely, it is going to cause a lot of economic hardship if what the leader of the opposition is doing goes through. When you check all of the major projects outlined in the budget, depends on the CIP. And St. Lucia will suffer tremendously if these things go through. Economically, that is.
I think we need the CIP, and it's a good program, and we need them.
Of course I am. If there is a court case to put an injunction on the CIP program, a program which has been assisting St. Lucia immensely, and that should worry every right-thinking St. Lucian. And I believe that anybody who is trying to pull down St. Lucia and to cause St. Lucia to move backwards in a time when the world is in turmoil, with what's happening with the United States, with the wars and so on, and St. Lucia is doing something to try to stay afloat. Whoever is behind injunctions and other things to keep our country back is really a threat to our country. It's an enemy to our country. And I think that, as you asked, that it certainly is a threat to our country, and therefore I believe that it causes concern for me, and I hope that our government can put up a very good fight to ensure that they can win when it comes to that injunction.
I'm very worried about it. I'm very worried about it because the CIP, a lot of us see it as if it's an income for our country. But there are lots of negative things that come with this, and we really need to really revise this CIP program because it can either damage our country or it can make us, but I think it's going to bring more damage at the end of the day.
Definitely not, simply because I believe that the CIP program is going to bring revenue to our country, and whoever is afraid of the CIP that under the present government they are not into economic standard, and they are not into the people of St. Lucia. The thing about it is that we are going to benefit, not just me as somebody who is out of the getting out of the teaching profession very soon, if this is the case, but then our children will benefit from the CIP program.
Now to our new discussion. St. Lucian households continue to grapple with high cost of groceries, a challenge Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre attributes significantly to imported inflation, the rising cost of goods from international markets. In response, the government has recently removed VAT on 70 essential food items, a legislative measure aimed at directly lowering consumer prices. Prime Minister Pierre explains that while the government can influence the final price consumers pay through tax relief, its control over the inherent cost of internationally sourced goods is limited. He expressed confidence that these VAT and import duty removals will offer tangible financial relief, distinguishing between a product's base cost and its market price. The administration asserts that these specific interventions are designed to mitigate external inflationary pressures before they burden the consumer. So we ask, considering the removal of VAT on 70 essential food items in Saint Lucia, do you expect to pay less at the grocery store for these products? Remember, our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HTS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and the new discussion.